You want to talk about another troll?
I want to talk about another troll.
Okay. Which I
Not,
think is funny because you just mentioned her the other day.
I did, and I mentioned this very thing. So,
Yes, you did. Like 2 days ago.
so Rihanna just did a launch in London for her line, her Fenty Puma collaboration, where yeah, she has like a shoe line with Puma and Fenty. So they just did I think they did a launch of some new colorways or something like that. It was an event. She came out. She had her
Do
blonde
you
wig
have the
on, her bangs.
the Fenty Puma sneaker?
I don't, but I looked them up today and they're actually very cute. The colors are cute too. I was like, I may buy these.
Okay.
I like
Continue.
them. But so, so of course, she gets on the red carpet in Entertainment Tonight. I don't remember who the reporter was, but apparently this reporter, every time she sees Rihanna, she asks her
About new music.
about new music. To the point where Rihanna said, "You should totally make this a montage," which they did, which was really
Right.
funny.
Got to after that.
Right. She's like, "You should totally just find all the times you've ever asked me about a new album coming out."
Right.
But yeah, we talked about this the other day, and the fact that Rihanna has said that she has been making music, but she seems to have no intentions of releasing music. And she
Right.
kind of just laughs it off these days.
Yep.
She doesn't even tease it anymore. Like I feel like 2-3 years ago, she would post like a screen grab of like a song she did,
Or
but
she
no
would just post
audio.
like pictures of her in the studio with somebody else.
Right. But we never got any music after that. And I think this is kind of the same thing. They even asked her, like, oh, you know, they said she did an interview, I guess, and said that her older son is, interested in music or whatever. I mean, he's like, what is he,
His name is
2
RZA.
years old? RZA. Um, and she's like, yeah, they're like, do you think that, the kids would be on the album? And she's kind of like, I mean, it's not a bad idea, whatever.
She said it's up to them.
She
It's up
says,
to them.
"Oh, that's cool. That's up to them." You know?
Like, yeah, but it's up to them. They're
Right,
toddlers.
right. Toddlers. So she's still having fun with this. She's still very much laughing at us, and like, why are y'all asking me about music? I'm here trying to sell shoes. Okay. I'm not
Right.
trying to sell music. I'm trying to sell shoes. And can I sell my shoes and my
That's how
underwear
I feel
and
every
my
time you mention
makeup in
music up
peace?
here.
My
Right. That's how I
skincare
feel.
line.
Every time you mention my music up here, I'm like, I'm not selling that right now. I'm
Oh,
here to do this podcast.
is this what we're doing?
I'm just saying I
All
understand how
right.
Rihanna
Oh,
feels,
you understand. All right. I won't mention it. It's fine. It's fine. At least not until next week. So I think this is funny, and I just want to reiterate: I don't think we're getting music, and that's
I
it.
don't think so. But I think it's so funny that she trolled and she's like, "Oh yeah, K9, yep, that's it," or something like that.
R9 is what
R9.
I
I don't
think it
know
was
why I said
supposed to be
K9.
called. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, R9." She's like, "Yeah." Then they asked her like, "Hey, you said you had visuals but not songs. What's up with that?" She's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I got visuals." They're like, "What kind of visuals?" She's like, "Oh, I can't. That would be
It's
like me
like,
snitching on my record. How could
right,
I do that?"
right.
Think it's so funny. Like
Mhm.
it's comical
Yeah,
because it's like y'all still think you're getting Rihanna music. Player, I don't think we're getting any music. And you said
I
it
don't
like
think
2 days
so.
ago. That's why I was like, "Oh, this is funny,"
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
just said it. I think it was 2 days ago.
yeah.
It was definitely this week. I don't know
It was
exactly when,
definitely
but this
this
week
week.
you said it. So
I thought that was really funny that I was like, see, I tried to tell y'all.
you're right. Exactly. You did.
I tried to
You
tell
did.
y'all.
But
So,
it's nonsensical. I don't think we're getting any music from Rihanna
no.
anytime soon, if at all. Rihanna is a mogul. Rihanna is allegedly a billionaire, and I don't see why she should focus on making music. Music takes a lot of energy, a lot out of your time. She's raising a family and she's happy and doing her thing. She's got a lot of things on her plate going on. Like you said, you named all the business ventures. And so music when if and when I feel like it.
It's like I said about Joe Budden the other day. Some of it is that, and I know you didn't like the way I said it, but some of it is that work smarter, not harder type of mentality. There are other things that I could be doing, and I could be doing more things simultaneously if this is off my plate.
Right.
So I think it's kind of the same thing where it's like she probably was just like, this music stuff is grueling.
No.
And look at what happened when I like tried to start other businesses. They flourished. So why am I going back to that thing that, yeah, making music, I'm sure for an artist it's like making music, being creative is fun, and there's excitement and there's passion for it and all of that. But sometimes, in order to do the thing you love professionally, you almost have to you almost end up losing some of the joy in that thing because
Oh yeah,
it's work. And
absolutely.
so I just imagine that for some artists, once they realize that this thing that they loved c- created so many other lanes for them, and the other lanes kind of just feel more, I don't know, normal, more comfortable, then they take that route, and I think that's okay. I think that's
Yeah,
fine. We're not, they don't owe us anything. It would be nice
correct.
if she released a
Right.
new album, but she doesn't owe us anything. It's just like,
And we also don't know the business side. We don't know what kind of contract. We don't know, does she
yeah.
owe Def Jam an album? What the splits are for that album?
Mhm.
We don't know any of that stuff, and that alone could also be what's hindering her. I don't know what is. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
I have any insider information. I'm just saying, like, we also don't know what's the situation, because if she was in some super long contract that wasn't good,
Mhm.
and why would you want to rush to that? I don't know. I'm not saying
Yeah,
she
no, I
is.
hear what
I'm
you're
just giving an example of one of the things it could be. But
saying.
even that, even if her contract is spectacular, it's a lot of work to create a musical project. And once you create it, that's only the beginning.
You gotta
Then there's
promote it.
promo runs, then there's tours, then there's
Right.
merch, and then there's the press run. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And it's not like music is a little bit different, right? In the sense that you could release a skincare line and maybe people buy it, right? But maybe they weigh in and they say, "Oh, didn't really didn't really care for this product or whatever." You can change that. You can make different products. You can improve that product. With music, it's it's kind of just it's there
And
forever.
there's way, way more criticism. You're asking people basically to criticize your product when you make music.
Right.
When you make a beverage, or like you said, the skincare or whatever, you can make a wig. Who cares? Whatever.
Mhm.
Your critiques are going to be a lot less public and a lot less often.
Yeah. So I get it. I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't know if that's what it is, but I'd imagine that comes up too for anybody who puts out music. Like, this is a lot, and I made something that I really loved and I really cared about, and y'all didn't like it enough. And then, or the other side of it, like, I'm making music because there's this machine behind me, and I'm making music that I don't care about and I don't want to put out.
Right.
So it could be a lot of different things, but I think it's really funny when she does this.
Yeah.
And I had a good time watching that video. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah. Me too.
So yeah, and if y'all are looking for that, you could check it out on the Entertainment Tonight Instagram. I think they even put out a little bit more footage today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all I got.